The number one reason most people keep struggling in their lives is not that they don't do enough or they don't know enough. It's something entirely different. And it's so simple that when I introduce you to it right now, you'll think, oh, I already knew this. But you'll also think, oh, I never implemented this. And that's the difference between you and the people who make it to the top in whatever field they choose to pursue. They understand that simple is profound. They implement it and they do it with such strength and intensity that it completely changes the trajectory of their life. And so the choice is yours, because the concept I'm about to introduce you to is so simple yet so powerful that it will take you just 5 minutes to implement. But the moment you do, you'll realize, wow, this is exactly what I needed to supercharge my journey to my goals. So are you ready for that supercharge? If you look up all the people who inspire you, the ones who are your role models and the ones who've made it big, you will recognize that in all of their journeys, there's a common pattern. All of them have constantly defied the odds. They fought against logic, they fought against technicalities, and they have achieved unparalleled success precisely because logically it wasn't possible. And you might wonder, what's this got to do with the simple thing that's going to change your life? Well, a lot. And that is because all of us have heard this advice. Fight against the odds, fight against the limitations, do the impossible. But tell me honestly, have those videos ever told you how to do that impossible? No, you have been stuck, I've been stuck, and I've also faced the same problem as you, where I've watched all these videos and I listened to all these concepts, but in my mind there was just one question: how? Because at the end of the day, the concept made sense, but I had no idea what I could do to actually defy the odds and become successful in anything I wanted to do. And when I wrote my first book, Explore the New You, and I did that in less than 50 days, I went from idea to a published book and a best-selling book in just 50 days. The best thing I learned there was not how to write a book, was not how to sell a book, and was also not how do you figure out the technicalities of writing a book. It was how do you defy the odds. Because imagine this, a 14-year-old kid who's also busy with his schoolwork just has an idea that I want to write a book. And then in less than 50 days, he writes the book, he edits the book, he does everything on his own, he publishes the book, and then he also advertises and markets it in an effective way to ensure it becomes a bestseller. Now that is defying the odds. And I did that because of this one simple thing. I had faith in myself. See, I told you at the start, right, that what I'll tell you will be so simple, you'll think, oh, I already knew this. But now comes the time for the second question. Have you ever truly implemented this? Have you ever actually taken those leaps of faith where faith becomes the biggest driving factor? Not logic, not resources, not emotions, not even your ideas, but just blind faith. Because when I wrote my book, Explore the New You, as you can see behind me as well, I had that blind faith. On the first day, I had no idea how I was going to get the book published by the 50th day. But I had the deadline, I had that calendar printed in front of me, and every single day, here's all I did. I got up, I did everything else I had to do, I showed up to write, I put all my efforts in it, and I crossed off one day after the other on the calendar. And 2 days before my deadline, my book was live, my book was published, and I was honestly amazed. If you still ask me today, I cannot give you a step-by-step breakdown of exactly how I did it. I cannot give you the logical steps because there were some days I wrote nothing. There were some days I was so busy I couldn't find time to write. And then there were days where I wrote 12,000 words in a single day and I made it happen. But throughout it all, the one factor that never wavered was the faith I had in myself. I didn't know how, but I knew that if I really gave it my all, I would have published this book before the deadline, and I did. Can you do the same for your goals? Can you bring that faith in your journey and in your aims. Because the truth is, you can spend hours and hours and days and years trying to find the perfect solution, but it doesn't exist. You cannot find the perfect roadmap to your goals. At some moment or the other, you have to take that leap of faith in yourself. And if that's not there, then you're not going to make it big. Because then when a time comes to defy the odds, when the pressure increases, and when you're facing that situation where it's either success on one side or failure on the other, well then, my friend, it's your preparation, your faith, and your determination that comes in handy. And if not prepared those before, well, you're in trouble. But you're not, because you're watching this video. So now that I've told you that the simple thing you have to do is to have faith in yourself, I'm not going to leave you there. I'm also going to tell you how to do that. And that process is again really, really simple, but it's powerful. So don't mistake the simplicity for not being powerful. Trust me, the moment you do this, you'll be like, oh my God, where was this all my life? So here's what I want you to do. You can take a blank sheet of paper, or I've also attached a resource below in the description. You can go check it out, and it will ask you just 3 simple questions. Number 1, why do you want to have faith in yourself? See, I'm not telling you to just blindly believe in yourself. I want you to give reasons as well, because all of us have certain dreams we want to achieve. All of us have certain goals that are dear and near to us, and achieving them would mean the most. So I want you to bring those reasons out in clear format, because the moment you do, having that faith in yourself becomes easier. So give me 5 reasons, give me 10 reasons, give me 20 reasons. I don't care. Give me as many reasons as you can, because at the end of the day, it's you who you are persuading. So make sure you go all out and give as many reasons as possible. The stronger the purpose, the stronger the belief and faith that you'll have. So then we move on to the second important question. What will having faith change in your life? Again, it's pretty simple. You want to look at the end result. Imagine yourself, truly imagine yourself at that level where you have full faith in yourself, where you're like, no matter what happens, no matter what challenge comes my way, no matter how many times I get humiliated in public for trying, I don't care. I'm just gonna make things happen. I'm just gonna pursue my goal and ensure that I succeed in there. If that's the faith you have, what is the end result that you'll get? What kind of life will you have? And what will be the impact of that faith on your life? Go all out, write it all out. And the moment you do, you'll see the vision of possibilities just keeps expanding. So if you want to take a few extra moments and write even more, grab another extra sheet and keep writing. Again, the more detailed you go, the more your vision will come to life, and the easier it will be to have faith in yourself. And now for the final question. When in the past have you had faith in yourself? Now this is the most important one, because we humans are experts at deleting our happy memories. We would rather sit there with our sob stories and how I'm struggling and all of that, and completely ignore the literal success that we've achieved. Even if it's not material, even if it's not big, it is success, right? And so I want you to recognize those successes. When in the past have you had that faith in yourself? Where have you implemented it? Where have you taken the actions that showed to you that yes, you can have that faith in yourself? Now I'll give you my example. When I was in the 3rd grade, I participated in a competition for story writing. I had no idea what I was doing. I was not that good of a writer either. But the moment I did that, right, I was challenged. I was imagining this different world, trying to come up with some characters and all. And when I submitted that assignment, inside I felt, maybe I did a okay job. I'm not so sure. But still, I was a kid. I was optimistic, and I was like, you know what? I don't care. I might just as well win this competition. And guess what happened? I came first in that competition. I still remember the certificate, and I still remember the prize, and I still remember how happy I was as an 8-year-old who got such an amazing prize. The question is, You have similar moments in your life as well, right? The success could be small. Maybe it's a small team win. Maybe it's something you did for your personal life. Maybe it's a health transformation. Maybe it's a relationship in your life that you turned around. Whatever it is, make sure you note down those moments where things felt like, you know what, this will not work. But you still made it work. How? With your faith. You see how all of this is connecting? We've defined the purpose. We have defined how that faith will change your life. And now you also know that you have it in you. You don't have to go looking for it outside, because your life is full of examples where you have actually shown up with that faith, and you have taken those actions and you have made those big changes. All you have to do is bring that faith back in your life once again and implement it on an even larger scale. I know you can do it. How? Because you just wrote down the past experiences you've had with faith, and trust me, all of us have had them, even if you don't feel like it. Think a bit hard and you will find those examples. And the moment you do, you will feel liberated. You will feel joy. You will feel that yes, I finally found the one thing I needed to start taking action in my life. And trust me, that will be worth the effort you put in this exercise. So here's your task. Go to the description, download the sheet. If you'd like, do it on a paper, do it with the sheet, whatever it is. And then write in the comments for me, how's your transformation? How are you going to bring faith in yourself and inspire others by sharing that one insight of how you had faith in yourself in the past? Share your story. Let me be inspired. Let you be inspired and inspire everyone else that's watching this video and reading this comment section, because your story deserves to be heard. So take the first step and share that inspiring story with all of us in the comments. And for the rest of the journey, know that I'm always here for you. I'll come back every week and ensure that I'm giving you a video and giving you insights that take you forward towards success and towards your goals. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next week.